right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Weather whiplash. Coats in the morning to around 70 during the afternoon. We're timing the brief rain chance ahead of the weekend and the changes happening over the weekend.
Taking action against a disturbing trend.
This is something that you cannot ever get used to when a child, a young adult, is killed.
The two events this weekend designed to curb youth violence in our community. Our top story, change in the curriculum. Another packed meeting in St. Charles County as a school board sets the future on teaching Black history. Within the last 2 hours, the Francis Howell School Board voted to approve all of the new curriculum for the next school year. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. The new curriculum includes restructured Black Studies courses. 5 on your side's Laura Barcheski just left the meeting and joins us live. Laura.
Mike and Kelly, while the board completely approved all of the curriculum in front of them, including those 2 Black Studies courses, there was some heated discussion before that vote and even an attempt to postpone the approval. Now, this is all happening because the board disagreed with the current curriculum from the Southern Poverty Law Center, so the district restructured it. Tonight, board members Randy Cook and Jane Pushkar both brought up concerns about a few of the courses, including the Black Literature and Journalism courses. Cook was concerned that the supplementary books were not published in the curriculum, only the main textbooks were. But representatives from the district said families would be notified about everything students would be reading before the semester started and could raise concerns then if they had any. This all led to the attempt to delay voting on a select few courses, but that didn't pass. The full board immediately voted to approve all the courses. Parent and teacher Miranda Bell says now it's in the teachers' hands.
I don't think that we need the Southern Poverty Law Center teaching tolerance standards to teach Black history in a rigorous way. I think the delivery will be on the educators, the teachers themselves, to make sure that there's teeth there and that we don't stay away from things that make us uncomfortable. History does make us uncomfortable.
Bell says she's still concerned about the school board as a whole and says these recent actions send a message to her that their stories don't matter. Now, the superintendent also made a statement tonight, briefly thanking the board for approving the 2 Black Studies courses. The school board election is April 2nd. Reporting live in O'Fallon, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
We now know the name of the teen shot and killed in Pagedale. The Major K squad has identified the victim as 15-year-old Lawrence Clark. He was shot yesterday afternoon in an alley between Bradford and Purdue Avenues. Investigators say they've received nearly 24 leads in the case. This homicide comes after several violent incidents involving other teens in North St. Louis County.
We have seen the victims and the assailants getting younger and younger, and it's just tragic, and it's something that we need to address. We're losing young people, too many young people. One is enough, and it's something that our office takes very seriously.
Anyone with information can call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 866-371-TIPS. Tonight, the city of Jennings is issuing a call to action.
City leaders are inviting people who are concerned about youth violence to take a stand. New tonight, Brent Solomon explains it's all part of a larger effort across the region to address a growing problem. Brent?
Mike, enough is enough. That's what local leaders and everyday people are telling me about crime in general, especially crime involving young people. Tonight, an area mayor is telling me we cannot talk about it. We can talk about it, or we can do something about it. The family of 14-year-old Justin Brooks is working on laying their beloved teen to rest. Wednesday, police arrested the teenager accused of stabbing him to death.
Most definitely hurt my heart. This is something that you cannot ever get used to.
For the first time since the incident, Jennings Mayor Gary Johnson is addressing it.
Something has to be done, and I'm not just saying words. We can keep spewing words all that we want, but we have to take action.
Take a look at this. The city's youth commission is inviting the public to an anti-violence rally Saturday. There will be a peace march at the scene of where Brooks lost his life, followed by a discussion on how to turn things around.
Call out everyone in the region to take a stance, to take some kind of step towards anti-violence.
Meantime, another initiative is underway in St. Louis.
Kids just need something to do. The shooting and fighting starts happening when they get bored. and that's the problem.
Party promoter Darren Sills, also known as Pita Pita, now partnering with the city to create entertainment venues just for youth.
We got police, we got security, we got live entertainment. It's completely free for the city.
And you think this makes a difference?
This make a big difference. And if it don't, we're going to keep going until it does.
We've placed details for all of the events you just heard about on KSDK.com. Make sure you click on As Seen on TV.
A Hazelwood East High School student remains in critical condition tonight, nearly 2 weeks after a disturbing after-school fight. Video of that fight has gone viral, showing a girl bashing the victim's head into the pavement. The family of 16-year-old Kaylee Gaines says she remains unconscious with brain bleeding and swelling. Tonight, the attorney for the 15-year-old girl arrested in the case is talking only to 5 on Your Side. Right now, she's charged with assault as a juvenile, but a judge could decide to try her as an adult. Greg Smith says his client was on the honor roll, taking AP courses, and a member of the orchestra. He says her character and lack of any previous behavioral issues will matter at her certification hearing.
You look at the types of rehabilitation efforts, programs, and services that are offered, right? And that's another big thing. Can we still do something for this child in the juvenile court? Or again, are they so far beyond rehabilitation that there's no place left for them than adult court?
Smith says his client remains in custody at the Juvenile Detention Center in St. Louis County. He says she and her family have been threatened, and they are praying for Kaylee and her family. He adds the facts and circumstances that led up to the fight would be inappropriate to discuss right now, while Kaylee continues to fight for her life.
Tomorrow, Pam Hupp will be back at the Lincoln County Courthouse. The prosecutor plans to dismiss and refile murder charges. Hupp is charged in the 2011 stabbing death of Betsy Faria. Lincoln County prosecutor Mike Wood is making the legal move after a change of venue was granted, moving the trial 4 hours away to Springfield, Missouri. Prosecutors believe Hupp framed Betsy's husband, Russ Faria, with the crime. He was sent to prison and later acquitted. Hupp is already in prison for the murder of Louis Gumpenberger. Investigators say she tried to frame Faria for that crime, too.
New tonight, Walgreens' decision to close more than 150 stores nationwide is hitting home. A
store in the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood in North St. Louis is slated to shut down next month. Some customers tell 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend that's already creating a variety of headaches.
For nearly 3 years, Chris Goff has enjoyed being able to pick up his prescriptions at his neighborhood Walgreens near North Grand and MLK Drive in North St. Louis.
I like the convenience of being able to come here quickly, you know.
But now word has spread fast that the pharmacy chain expects to close the store on April 9th.
My dad used to work at a Walgreens. It will be a headache.
That's because he says if the store leaves, it will be a painful mistake for him and his neighbors who have relied on the store for nearly 17 years.
It's very disappointing, especially for our seniors.
Many of whom the Jeff Vanderloo Neighborhood Association says are physically challenged or have limited transportation.
The next closest Walgreens is at least 3 miles to 4 miles or better away.
In a statement Walgreens sent to the Jeff Vanderloo Neighborhood Association, the company said this Northside store's closure is due, quote, to unsustainable business performance. Walgreens also said when faced with a difficult decision to close a location, several factors are taken into account, including our existing footprint of stores, dynamics of the local market, and changes in the buying habits of our patients and customers, among other things. Many customers have started transferring their prescriptions to nearby Greater Health Pharmacy.
A lot of patients are concerned about how that's going to affect their, cause a gap in their health care. So we've had a large influx of patients.
I've just gotten used to being here all the time.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
The Jeff Vanderloo Association has invited Walgreens executives to its next meeting on April 1st in hopes of convincing them to keep the store open. Another defeat tonight in the push for federal funding for local victims of radiation contamination. The U.S. House left the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act out of its spending bill. The measure passed the Senate last week. Tonight, Congresswoman Cori Bush voiced her frustration and disappointment on the House floor.
World War II is still killing people in my district. We were wronged by the federal government, and rather than taking responsibility to make it right, Congress couldn't spare a dime on this bipartisan issue.
In a statement, Missouri Congresswoman Ann Wagner today said, quote, "Time is of the essence, and I will continue to fight for any path forward to get this passed in the House."
Small businesses left with big debt.
All they did was take us for granted.
They provided services to nursing homes. Now they're out hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It hurts because we've had to lay off a few employees, and it definitely hits our bottom line.
Tonight, the I-Team reveals financial flaws throughout the industry, the effects on patient care, and the action Missouri leaders are now taking.
A decent amount of rain is expected early next week. When the rain begins and how much you can expect in your rain gauge.
Tonight, the I-Team's investigation into the nursing home industry reveals a troubling pattern of financial problems and unpaid debts. Local businesses are coming forward alleging they've been left high and dry.
This after providing essential services to nursing homes only to be stiffed on payment. Senior investigative reporter Paula Vasson delves into this disturbing trend.
Behind the serene facade of nursing homes around Missouri lies a troubling reality. Local businesses, essential to their operation, are being left in financial ruin.
This is our warehouse here. This is where we keep all of our equipment.
Brandon Fornishon has dealt with the consequences.
These are special positioning chairs for residents that can't ambulate themselves.
He's the owner of a medical supply company in Wright City, Missouri. He shows us the impact of unpaid invoices.
It adds up pretty quick.
He says one nursing home owner with an investment firm called Goldner Capital Management racked up a bill of $350,000.
It's kind of infuriating.
And never paid.
It hurts because we've had to lay off a few employees, and it definitely hits our bottom line.
And then in the end, the nursing home residents suffer.
They do. They're going to be having beds and other necessary equipment being removed from the facilities underneath these residents.
He shows us equipment no longer being used by those who desperately need it.
Did they ever pay you for this?
No. Nope. All they did was take us for granted.
Are you at risk of shutting down?
Yes.
This is not an isolated incident. 3 businesses in Missouri alone tell us they were never paid by the same nursing home owner. Court documents, invoices, and other records show their losses total about $530,000. Industry sources tell us the owner of Goldner Capital Management sold many of their facilities and closed the rest in the last several months. It's why victims are struggling to get their money back. Healthcare advocates tell us it's a common industry tactic many operators use to dodge accountability and increase profit. For the last month, the I-Team has been working to contact the owner of Goldner Capital Management. Our repeated calls and emails have gone unanswered.
I do think it's potentially going to get worse in the state of Missouri.
Missouri lawmaker Deb Lavender believes businesses will keep getting taken advantage of in an industry with little accountability and transparency.
We don't have good ability as a state to decide who's making contracts and who's not being paid services. So the state can't regulate what's going on.
The I-Team discovered the state has taken some action. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services barred Goldner Capital Management from operating at these 5 nursing homes last year. The state cited subpar conditions and financial trouble. But limited resources mean state regulators can't catch everything. And the law does not mandate continuous financial monitoring of nursing home owners.
Whose responsibility is it to correct this problem?
Well, I certainly think the Attorney General should be able to play a role in this and be able to step in and see what's going on.
We asked Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey what he plans to do.
As the marketplace evolves, those rules have to adapt to that marketplace to ensure that we're providing resources and ensuring the safety of our senior population.
For now, this small business owner has a plea to anyone with power to make a change.
Prevent these out-of-state operators from coming in and exploiting Missouri small businesses and exploiting Missouri's most vulnerable population. That's what I'd like to see done.
The road to justice for businesses within the nursing home industry remains fraught with obstacles. It's all while regulatory agencies struggle to keep pace with the ever-evolving tactics of unscrupulous operators. If you've been a victim, we want to hear from you. Email tips@ksdk.com. For the I-Team, Paula Vasson, 5 on your side.
A Metro East community is now better protecting the community for severe weather. Pontoon Beach is adding portable alert systems in 5 warehouses and a new storm siren that can be heard across town. The system is in response to that deadly tornado that hit an Amazon warehouse in December of 2021.
With the tornadoes, I mean, it's, man, anything we could do. I mean, it might save one person's life. It might save everybody's, you know, you don't know.
The system ties directly into National Weather Service alerts. The mayor, fire chief, and police chief all have the power to trigger it remotely.
Well, you've heard of a fire sale. Travers Automotive and RV Group in O'Fallon, Missouri is preparing for a big hail sale this weekend. Many of the cars and RVs on the lot were damaged, if not destroyed, by last week's destructive hailstorm. Most of the cars can't be salvaged, but Travers is selling the damaged RVs at thousands of dollars off. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us with the Weather First forecast. We're heading into the weekend, Scott. How are things looking?
Yes, we are. Well, hopefully, you know, if you're going into this weekend, you have outdoor plans. We know it's spring break, kind of the rolling spring break. Some are off this week, some were off last week. Some folks are off next week on that rolling spring break. We check out at Lambert right now. A lot of activity going in and out of Terminal 2 there with the Southwest flights coming and going this evening. And there's still a few that have yet to take off for the evening bank of flights. So they're busy out at Lambert. And fortunately for us, the weather's pretty quiet around St. Louis. We're in the low to mid 40s around the metro area right now. We've had a few clouds just south of town and even an opportunity, if you will, for a sprinkle or two trying to develop. But we're having a hard time getting that reaching the ground because it's just so dry. It is warmer, though, down to our South Springfield at 58 degrees. You go down towards Tulsa, also 58. Most of the rain is well to our south at this point. The remainder of the night should be relatively quiet in the St. Louis area. 54 was our high, 36 the low. A little below average for the day. We're at 47 right now. Again, there's your dew point of 22. This air awfully dry. So overnight, we'll drop back into the 30s. South of St. Louis, a little extra cloud cover in the mix. Sure, there might be a little spritz trying to develop, and that's because we have a weather system sliding by to our south. So as that's sliding by to the south, we're on the northern fringes of that little area of moisture, trying to kick off perhaps a sprinkle or two. This will not be making an appearance here. That's snow stretching across the Dakotas into Minneapolis and heading into Wisconsin. It's headed towards Michigan tomorrow. Meanwhile, the southern part of that northern system is going to be dropping in as a cold front tomorrow. As it pushes in tomorrow afternoon, we're breezy. We see a mix of sun and clouds. We get back around 70 or even low 70s for highs. That front may trigger just a few little scattered showers along it. There won't be a whole lot of rain with this, and then it scoots off to the east. Clouds will be breaking up as we head into Saturday morning. And so Saturday is going to be the pick day of the weekend if you want sunshine. Mostly sunny. It will be cooler, though. 55 for the high. Lots of clouds on Sunday. They're lowering and thickening. But the important thing is it is dry both Saturday and Sunday. Not on Monday, though. Here comes a pretty good-sized storm system going to pull quite a bit of moisture up from the south. And areas of southeast Missouri, southern Illinois in line to get maybe an inch or more of rainfall out of this. Metro area will probably stick with a ½ an inch to an inch at this point, and we'll wait and see how it goes. But the bottom line is it's been dry. We could sure use some rain, and it looks like come Monday we will get some rain in St. Louis. Then as we head towards the end of next week, another chance for a few showers. That system doesn't look as impressive as we head into Easter weekend. Tomorrow, mainly dry. You'll probably have some midday sunshine. Temperatures, 60, 65 by lunchtime. Just a little on the breezy side.
All right. Scott, thanks. Frank is here with sports.
Mike, the Blues are like Balboa. They just keep coming at you. Illinois basketball was razor sharp at the NCAA tourney, as were 2 St. Louis kids. So stick around, please.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
The odds are still not great, and time is running out. But after the win in Ottawa, the Blues have won 5 out of 6. And if Vegas loses tonight, the Blues could be 2 points out of the final playoff spot. About 8 minutes in, Jordan Kyrou will shoot it, and Brandon Saad pounces on the rebound, and it's 1-0 Note. 3 minutes later, good things happen when you go to the net. Colton Parayko just heads there, scores his 10th goal of the season, 2-0 Note. Second period, mad scramble in front of the net, and who else but Jake Neighbors is there, firing away, falling down, and scoring his 23rd goal of the season. Jordan Kyrou added his 22nd goal of the season, and the Blues are still hanging around after a 5-2 victory. March Madness began today. Before we get to Illinois, a shocker. 14-seeded Oakland University stunned the 3-seed Kentucky 80-76. Jack Golke made 10 3-pointers for the Golden Grizzlies. As far as the Illini, they were in Omaha facing Morehead State. And while Kentucky had some freshmen rattled on the big stage, that won't happen with Illinois. Their team is tried, tested, and true. We do have some kind of local flavor, too. This is Trent Green's nephew, Irv Goody's grandson, Luke Goody, hitting one of his 3 3-pointers. This is the best downhill runner in Chicago since Walter Payton. Terrence Shannon Jr., he had 26 points tonight. Hero of the game, Dane Danja, 9 of 9 from the field, 21 points off the bench. And Marcus Domask became the 10th player in NCAA history to have a triple-double. Bring on Duquesne. Illinois wins it 85-69.
Well, I think it starts with just guys hitting shots. You know, you get assists when the guys hit shots. So when guys hit shots, assists kind of rack up. But other than that, I'm just trying to play within the game, play in the flow of the game, and take what the defense gives me. I just try to not force anything and just make the right decisions.
The local kids had great games today. Ryan Kalkbrenner, the pride of Trinity High School, and Creighton facing Akron. He was dominating. 23 points, 8 boards, 1 assist. The 7-footer was 9 of 14 from the field. Creighton coasted 77-60. Arizona facing Long Beach State, and the pride of CBC. Caleb Love had it going. He was just flying to the rim. And later, he's going to stroke a 3. Caleb had 18 points and 5 assists. Wildcats roar 85-65.
Taking flight. Card Spring Training, sponsored by Woods Basement Systems.
Astros and Cards today. Here's the leading candidate to be the 6th starter, Zach Thompson. He went 4, allowed 2 earned runs, 2 Ks. His earned run average for the spring, 2.81. The Cardinals feel good about the catching spot. They have Wilson Contreras and this man, Ivan Herrera, who delivers the big hit. Not enough today. The Astros pound the Cards 9-1. Claves on Thompson.
I'm always trying to see what guys can pitch themselves out of trouble, and he did just that today. He gave up 1 run in the first inning when there could have been real trouble because Houston was starting to find the range, but he got a double play, and he pitched around an error and got out of the inning with just 1 run.
It's been raining state titles at DeSmet High School. The latest, a bass fishing state championship. Yes, they have that. One of DeSmet's boats took the TBF state championship at the Lake of the Ozarks over the weekend. It's back-to-back state titles for the Spartans on the water, and the winning boat now qualifies for a nationwide tournament. DeSmet won the title at the buzzer by catching that fish.
We needed 1 more fish, so I caught 1, Danny caught 1, so we threw 1 back, and we came back with a pretty good bag. So we were kind of coming in close with the clock, but it was good.
We went back to that spot with like 10 minutes left in the tournament, and we found that same 5th keeper, and it helped us again this year, so it's pretty cool.
Sports Plus will be plenty cool on Sunday night at 10:30. One of the most famous football figures of all time, Hall of Famer, 4 decades on network television, Terry Bradshaw is our special guest. He'll be performing in Branson later this month. Plus, the story of a local men's soccer team playing an attorney for $1 million and for a very special cause.
When you say performing in Branson?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he singing?
He sings, he does comedy, he does his life story.
Oh, wow.
You know, he's done 6 albums.
It's like a one-man show?
Yes.
He's had 6 albums?
Yeah, it's a 70-minute show. And I got to tell you, I never laughed so hard during the interview. He said, by the way, he said he wants to continue to do Fox until he dies. He said, I want to die on the set. And then he said, wouldn't that be great ratings? So yeah, it would.
Yeah, probably. Frank, thanks.
Oh, this bud's for the Lou. The home team twist on the hometown brew. It's almost time to play ball, and to celebrate, Budweiser is out with a new line of MLB cans. Only 15 of the 30 teams are represented.
Of course, it includes the St. Louis Cardinals. The can features the bird on the bat with the slogan, "Brewed for the Lou." Opening day, by the way, exactly 1 week away, and the Cardinals' home opener 2 weeks from today. And tomorrow would be a good day to play baseball.
It would be a good day.
Weather would be very warm.
Weather's going to be warm. It's going to be a little bit breezy. That wind out of the southwest by tomorrow afternoon, 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe a little gusty at times. In fact, it will be. And then the rain chances, they're brief tomorrow evening. So right through Sunday, it's mainly dry. Saturday will be brighter than Sunday. Monday will be wet. Doesn't look like there's an opportunity for severe weather here, but we'll keep tracking that system.
All right, we do need the rain.
We need the rain.
There you have it, 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
We hope you'll start your Friday with Today in St. Louis starting at 4 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.